Hey everyone, I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the basic inventory features here on Revel that are available. And I'm just going to show you on this video how to do inventory at the times you're called to do so. Your inventory at the stores will likely be done quarterly. You won't have to do this every week. So to start from your dashboard, you're going to go to the bottom of your dashboard, go ahead and select inventory, and then you'll see the different sections that you'll be expected to count. We'll start by just clicking on product bases. I'm going to show you all, you can select any base that's listed here, and you're only going to look at the actual product that you're measuring. You don't actually have to count. So what I mean by that is you'll just select the item and then you'll count only what it goes into. So you'll see when I select lotion here, when you have lotion, you'll either have a display bucket of lotion or you'll just have a regular bucket of lotion. You only have to indicate how much of that you have. You don't have to, again, measure or weigh anything. Measure or weigh anything. When you see individuals, that's just showing you individual ounces. So here I'm just going to go ahead and select display bucket, and I'm going to go ahead and count just one bucket. To go ahead and indicate that I have one display bucket, and I'm going to go to bucket and now indicate that I have two regular buckets of lotion. So again, we've already programmed this to know exactly how much that will be, and that's what we'll take into consideration when you're filling this out. So once I do that, I'm going to click save after I do so. So that saves lotion. If for some reason I need to go back and update the number, let's say I forgot to include a bucket, you can click where it says completed right above at the top, and then go back into your 5 butter lotion, and I can edit or change this count however I need to. So let's say I forgot to do 3. I'm just going to go back, delete this, and change it to 3, and go back to confirm. And now I'm done with this part. I can save this. And on this step, you want to go back to where it says in progress. Don't click finish here. Just go back to in progress because you're doing other inventories. The same thing applies to, let's do the super call base, I think. We can go down to the bottom. You'll see super call. And then you'll see, of course, I've got a bucket and I've got a display bucket. Again, we already know how much that is. So you just have to indicate how much of that base in a bucket that you have, and then how much you have in a display bucket. Only use individuals, again, if you are counting the measurement of how many ounces, which you do not have to do unless you're specifically told. So again, don't count by individuals on these bases. Just put how much of a bucket that you have, and then we'll go ahead and take care of your inventory at that point. Of course, these bases are attached to your product, so every time that you sell a product, we're automatically deducting that amount from the base inside of that product. Okay, so we're going to go ahead here. We're going to just enter some information here. I'm going to save this part. And although I'm not going to go through and count every single one of those bases, I'm just going to go ahead and click finish, because once I click finish, I'll go on to the next section. You don't want to press back here because going back is going to take you out of this section. So just be careful here. The good thing is that the system's going to stop you. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to go back into counting so I can finish going through my sections. So I'm just going to click finish here just to go ahead and kind of move on from this section and show you how to count the other sections. I think you get the idea. Let's go ahead and we can just do the next one, libation candles. These things are pretty straightforward. You're just counting the individual product here. Let's go ahead and count maybe the chocolate chai tea candle. So you can just go ahead and just click anything that comes up. And again, now you're going to just start inputting the particular or specific number of blueberry Merlot candles I have. So I have 12 candles, enter 12, and then complete. So again, if I scan and click over to my completed tab, I'm going to see it showing me what I've already counted. If I need to edit that, I can just go back into that product. So again, you would do that going through the remainder of the list. You would just count each one of these items, and you would finish once you're done with that section. So I clicked finish. I'm going to go ahead into my next section here just to show you all how the oils look. This has the sales floor oils on it. So of course you're going around the oil around and just counting those oils. Or we can also just go ahead into the blending bar because that's what I did on this particular one. And I'm just going to go ahead and do these counts as well. So you'll see some of the products are counted by the individual number or individual unit, such as the aromatherapy shea butter, because that's what you have. We'll just go ahead and we'll kind of just fill this out for the time being, so you can just see, and this is you at the time having your mobile unit. You're just going through. I've counted, 24. I've counted however many, hair oil, shea butters. You're just going through. Just ignore for the time being the message that's appearing at the bottom of the screen. It's just a setting that the system's looking to update. But I'm going through now and I'm just updating my whipped avocado butter scrub. So I counted 16 of these. I'm going to go ahead and enter that. And then once they're done, you will get a message on your screen that'll show you that you're done for that section. You can go ahead and click completed to see what you've already done as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just click finish because now I'm done with that section. And as you can see, as we go on, every section goes away and disappears as you're done with it. I'm going to show you now, this is the oil count. So again, when you click on the oils, you'll see here, this will either say pounds, this will say individuals, which refers again to ounces. It may also say backstock ounces. That allows you to count how many you have in the backstock if you have. Otherwise, you'll have a second count that's going to show you backstock oils. So here I'm just going to input that I have almost a full bottle of African Fantasy. So when I go to individuals, I'm using this for ounces, especially for the oils. And I'm going to click and input that I have 7 ounces. If for some reason this did tell me the unit were backstock for some reason, again, that's what I would use. I would go ahead and just enter in the backstock quantity at that point for what that would be. And I'm just going to show you that actually right now. I'm going to go back into completed, go to African Fantasy, and let's say I found that I had a backstock of 1 bottle. So if I had a 1 pound bottle back there, I would just go ahead and enter in I have 1 pound. Again, this may say backstock pound. It may say backstock ounces. We'll give you instruction on how to go ahead and count that as it's finalized, but you can just see that here. I'm just only using a pound because I have a bottle in the back. The individuals are the ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and save that now, and I'm going to go ahead and just finish the remainder of my count. So again, I'm going to go to Egyptian musk. I'm going to go to individuals and enter how many ounces I have in my bottle on the floor. So let's go ahead and put 5 here. And as you can see, I've got 5 ounces. I'm going to save that. Go to black opium. Let's enter a few ounces there. And then I'm going to do YSL Libre as well. I'm just going to go ahead and hit individuals. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the individual ounces I have. See, I got 1 ounce of this. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and save this part. Okay, so once you save this, you can go to completed to check this out really quickly just to see if you counted everything. But once you click finish here, you'll see the last section that we have, which is the soap. So an example of the soap, you'll see again individual ounces. For the soap, ignore this. You'll just count this by the bar. So if you click where it says bar, you'll notice something I didn't go over with previously. You're going to see an expected number. That expected number is just based on what the system believes that you have based on what it's taken into account. So if you see something that's much different, make sure that you're checking all the sections in your store where this may be located. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in I only have 1 bar of African black soap, and I went ahead and saved that. And then once you're done with that, you won't see anything else appear. It'll say no scheduled inventory at this time. Again, so I went from the dashboard to inventory, and then I went to join physical inventory. This is where your inventory is going to be listed, and if you need to do inventory, this is where you're going to pick that up from. It's going to show you right over there. Okay. Now I'm going to let you all see one thing that you can do if for some reason you have a product in stock and you need to change how much you receive or how much you have on that particular product. Go ahead and click the products tab. And then what you see here on the screen is you see different things that you can actually look at. This actually shows you how much of something you should have in real time. It's pretty much updates as you sell items. So as you can see on the screen, this will be the default menu. This can change according to what your store sells. So you can see I have 1 ounce roll-ons, I have black soap, amber white, things that are popular at this location. If I wanted to look up the quantity or how much I have of any other product, you can simply just type it in that top left search box here where it says item. So let's go ahead and look up a fragrance mist, not a shea butter. I'm just going to show you something different. So if I click fragrance mist and submit, as you can see right now, I currently don't have any fragrance mist. Let's say I want to go ahead and make sure that I add the number of fragrance mists in stock because I don't have any right now. Let's say I got something and I didn't have any account for it. I'm going to start by doing a waste, So when I'm going to waste a product, I'm going to click waste already at the far right. And then as you can see, it gives a reason. So you can put that something broke, you're using it as a tester, a customer changed their mind after something was made. You can use any one of those options that'll be selected for you. And then just click OK. Don't worry about the adjust cost option. You won't have that option available to you when you're actually processing and doing this. You'll just see this for the time being for this video. Don't worry about clicking that. Just press OK. And then once you update something on the inventory, and once you waste an item or once you receive an item, whatever you do, it's automatically going to confirm what you're doing. And as you can see, because I wasted one fragrance mist, it took my inventory count down to a negative unit. At the same time, let's say I received some fragrance mist, or I got some fragrance mist and it wasn't taken into my inventory count. I'm going to go ahead here, press receive, and then I'm going to type how many I received, and then I'm going to enter a reason. So you likely shouldn't have to do this often because everything that you receive should come with a purchase order to avoid you doing this. But this is just to make sure we take into consideration everything that you receive. In the next video, I'll go over how to receive a shipment with a purchase order, and then I'll also go over this one more time in case this is not this is the only option that you have. But again, all I'm doing right now is updating and adding and receiving an inventory into my store because I didn't have any way of making note of it. But this should be something that's avoided. I'll show you again in another video how to receive shipments. Okay, so I'm going to press OK there. And now I'm going to go ahead here and just let you still see this screen here. So again, in the next video, I'm in part 2 of inventory. What I'll do is I'm going to click on the purchase order button that's in the middle, and then we'll go through how to take into consideration of that. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful to you all. Again, you can start by logging in. You'll get to the dashboard, click inventory, and then this is where you can see your levels or your numbers in real time. You can use this to waste the product if you need to waste, if you need to receive something for some reason, if you didn't receive a purchase order, either one of those you can do.